Hey there, my friend. Welcome to the Copywriter's Playbook. My name's Dave Sharp. That's a picture of me on the screen. You probably know who I am, what I look like, but I wanted to put a super serious picture of me delivering something obviously awesome at an event for you guys to see as we kick off this introduction video. I'm really excited for you to learn what you're going to learn in this program because you are going to learn the number one high income skill that I've used and that I have known almost every single successful online marketer to use to be able to build not only a business but also an amazing career as a online entrepreneur or online marketer. And this story of me becoming a copywriter, it actually starts way back when I was just 16 years old. And you can see this picture with me and my first child. We had just come home from the hospital, and by this time I was, of course, 16, as I said. I was a high school dropout. I was somebody who had been living, or at least exercising my youthful entrepreneurial skills, if you know what I mean, on the streets, and was not really pursuing higher education. And I had about 8 to 10 more years of school of hard knocks learning lessons that were ahead of me, but I didn't even know that at this time. Of course, I was just trying to wrap my head around what it was going to be like to be a teenage father. But I show you this and I tell you this to let you know that even though I've used this skill of copywriting to become somebody who has written marketing promotions and marketing campaigns that have done in the hundreds of millions of dollars over the course of my decade-long career, I did not start out with somebody who even graduated high school. I did get my GED, but I didn't graduate, I didn't go to college. And I wasn't that great of a student in the latter years of my, 7th and 8th grade education. So in no way, shape, or form do I have any letters behind my name. Do I have any real educational accolades? Or really, even before I started my online marketing business, did I have really any business experience? But something happened to me in the year of 2008, which was towards the end of that long, hard stretch of many hard learning lessons that young teenage boy went through, to where I sort of crawled my dusty old butt up onto my dad's doorstep and asked him if he would help me save my life by, sleeping on his couch and helping me get a leg up. So he took me to work on construction sites, and eventually I saved up enough money because I didn't have that many bills and because he was paying me now and I wasn't spending it on stuff that was hurting me. and so I bought this truck, and I drove this old Ford F-150, and it was a fun truck to have back then. I'm glad I don't drive it anymore now. My wife and I sometimes reminisce about how kind of fun and cool it was to have back in those days. I used to start it with a screwdriver. It was just a sort of a milestone in our journey together, because I met my wife back around this time as well. And as I got into my relationship with my wife, she was then my girlfriend, and I had my child, and I started to think, man, you know what? If I'm going to be able to provide for them, for myself, for our family, a better life, well, I'm not going to be able to do it trading time for dollars. I'm eventually going to break down my body if I continue on this path that I'm on. The picture that you see was me with a jackhammer, and let me tell you something, man, that thing that'll make you sleep well at night. So I actually, and this is a picture of me in front of this home that I'm going to talk about here for a second. I actually asked my then girlfriend, my now wife, I said, can I borrow your credit card, and can I buy a computer on your credit card so I can maybe figure out how to make some money using this thing called the internet. And so she said yes. And that was one of the nicest, coolest things anybody has ever done for me, right? Because this was back when I didn't have any business success. And it's a lot harder to get loans and people to give you stuff and to take a risk with somebody's credit when you're unsuccessful than when you are successful. But she did that for me, and so I bought this computer that you see here on the right, and I went to work. I did a lot of browsing and surfing, and I opted into a lot of people's marketing list, and I got into some network marketing and some other little business deals that I was trying to sell lotions, potions, and pills to my friends and family. And finally, what happened was I realized that it wasn't about hype. I wasn't going to be successful in any venture, any business that I started because of hype or because of timing or any of these other ground floor things that I was hearing. It was because I was going to develop skills that were going to allow me to communicate what it was that I was selling in an influential way. And so I went to work learning copy. Now, I tried to do webinars and I tried to do videos, and I'd say I was a lot more awkward back then doing those than I am now. I'm still a little awkward, but I was really awkward then. But what was constant was the fact that every single day I wrote an email to my list. And I wrote a lot of sales letters. And I just every single day, and at the very beginning, I would send the emails to my wife to edit them and proofread them because I would get so much hate mail, not like hate email, responses from people saying, don't ever send me this crap again. But the point is that for every hate email that I got back, I got another lead and I made another commission. And it was all through the power of copywriting. So this was the skill that I focused on. And I applied this skill not only in my email marketing, but I also applied this skill to write the copy for landing pages so I could get more leads to opt in, sales pages so I could get more of my leads to actually buy stuff from me. And very early on in my career, I started having a lot of success as an affiliate marketer. I even made my way trying to sell various different courses and coaching programs. Wasn't too successful with those at the beginning, but I kept succeeding, small success after small success. And I credited all back to this one skill. Now, eventually, this skill, it compounded and I started to get things. Okay, I started to get materialistic stuff. I moved into a much bigger house and started driving a much cooler car. As a matter of fact, I got to do cool things like you can see with this notification screenshot from our bank, buy a house cash. That was cool. That was something that I never thought that I would be able to do. And if I trace it back to really what was the skill that allowed me to be, that was sort of the foundation of all my marketing success, it was copywriting. Because with copywriting, not only was I able to send compelling emails to my list, write compelling advertisements, write landing pages that increased opt-in conversions, write sales pages that sold stuff, but I was also able to create webinars that were compelling and to write video scripts that sold stuff. So the foundation of every single marketing mechanism that I used was copywriting. If you want somebody to write you an amazing webinar, create an amazing webinar for you, go to a copywriter. If you want somebody to create you an amazing video script, you go to a copywriter. If you want somebody to create, look, nowadays software and funnel builders are so common. People overlook the missing ingredients. It's really the difference between being successful and unsuccessful. It's the words that are on the page. Okay, it's the words that are on the page. Now, this skill has then even spilled over into other areas of my life to allow me to give back. And many of you guys have seen the video of me giving the truck to my dad while I've surprised him with a house. I've been able to get things for my mom and other family members and go on vacations. And I'm telling you, it's like if somebody came to me and said, Dave, you got to get rid of all the different things that you've learned over the years, but you can keep one thing, one skill, what would that be? for me, it would be copywriting. Even if somebody took away my ability to be able to speak, which sometimes I think my wife would appreciate or my family would appreciate, because sometimes I never shut up. But a lot of my storytelling and my speaking abilities, my ability to clarify my message and articulate myself to the marketplace in a way that's influential, it started and I developed it through writing. So what I'm going to do in our extremely talented trainer that you're going to get to train with here inside of this course, his name is Matt. He's going to introduce himself in this next video. Is we're going to take you behind the curtain and we're going to show you how to write words that sell. Not words that just educate or words that just entertain or words that just engage people, but words that sell. And there's both an art and a science to this. And if you really focus and you really apply yourself to this skill, it's going to be the defining skill. This is going to be the high-income skill that you are going to use in your career that's going to be responsible for the majority of your success. And the reason is because, look, nowadays, even more so than ever, especially with the internet, it is not just a luxury skill to have, it's a necessity skill. And even as a marketer, the more you grow your business and you outsource and you hire other people to write for you, it's mandatory that you be able to look at your copy and to be able to, before it goes out into your emails, sales letters, sales videos, webinars, that it's in your voice. So even if other people are writing for you, you need to understand how copy works. You need to understand the mandatory elements and angles and effects inside of your copy so that when you do launch a product promotion or a campaign, it converts. And you know that you have the best possible chance of it converting because it has all of the elements in it that are needed to actually convert a looky-loo into a hot and bothered prospect who's absolutely on the edge of their seat ready to buy. And you can do that with a written word. If you think back to humanity over decades and centuries and thousands of years, the one thing that has been passed on that's going to continue to be passed on are books and things that were written down. We're trained at an early age to read, to listen to story through the written word, to retain and gain information through the written word. We're trained as young people to do this, and this is never going to be something that's going to go away. Even with all of the video and all of the hoopla and hype around video these days on the internet, people still, because many of them are at work or many of them are with their families or many of them are reading or laying in bed or sitting on the toilet or wherever they're at, they're reading things. They're reading things. They're consuming things through the written word. So, again, to be clear, this is not a creative writing course that's going to teach you how to tell a story. We're going to get into storytelling, but our goal in this course is to teach you how to write words that sell. And we're going to do them in a way that's applicable to how copy needs to be written in today's day and age. So the content in this course may be updated from time to time so we can keep it relevant to what's going on in the marketplace, what's going on with ad networks, what's going on with regulations and compliance things that you need to follow to make sure that the copy that you write not only converts but is also compliant. So put your seatbelt on, my friend, because you're about to dive into a course that's going to unlock unlimited abilities. And I don't want to sound hypey here, but it's almost as if when you learn to write copy, you have a license to print money. Because it doesn't require you to sit down when you want to send an email to your list and film a video or create some big presentation. No, you can simply write an email or a mini sales letter that's sent out via email or that's posted on social media that results in traffic, leads, and sales. And so I'm excited for you. Put your seatbelt on, get ready. We've got some amazing bonuses that you can find over down on the right-hand section in the main course page. And those bonuses are, quite frankly, worth way more than you're ever going to pay for this course, okay? Because those bonuses and those documents and those templates and those processes that we've given you are the same exact ones that we've used to do hundreds of millions of dollars in sales inside of our companies. And the one thing that we don't abandon, even though we do outsource many things, gosh, we come in and we get people to run ads for us, and we get people to work the phones for us, and we get customer service people. I mean, look, you have to bring in people as you grow your company to help out so you can scale, because you can't do everything. But the one thing that I've learned in my career is that I don't outsource my marketing. I don't outsource my messaging, because your product, and even more important now than ever, there has to be a story behind why you're selling it. It has to make sense to somebody why you're so passionate about it and why you feel the need that you need to get the product in their hands. And if they don't understand that, if you're not able to communicate that, then people are just going to feel like you're trying to pitch them something, and their buyer defenses are going to go up. So you have to be able to weave your message and your mission, and you have to be able to present what it is you're selling as a new and exciting opportunity that somebody has never experienced before. And your sales message has to have certain elements that hit not only the emotional, but also the logical side of your listener. And we're going to teach you how to do it inside the Copywriter's Playbook. We'll see you on the next video.